What is up, everyone? So this is the first demo of a new project I'm starting. It is coded in Python and I'm using Blender 3D. So far that's what I've got. Um, so yeah, really what we've got here is a pretty big 3D world set to look like a galaxy. There's some models here. This is not my texture or anything. I just got these all off the internet. This is really about teaching myself more than anything else. And here is a little monkey head. So what we're going to see if we can do is make a little ball come out of the monkey's mouth, hit these blocks, and knock them over with realistic physics. So I'm just going to show you guys what I've done so far. So as you can see, the blocks don't really react naturally yet. For instance, like they don't fall over in the way that you'd expect, but they are moved and pushed around in a normal way. So I will eventually get those blocks looking the right way, but for now they just move realistically, and I'm pretty happy with how those balls bounce. So you can look at it through the actual game's camera. So it's like you are the monkey now, and every time you shoot a ball, it affects these blocks. So for now, I'm keeping it kind of a secret what this is going to turn out to be, because like I said, this is more just about teaching myself than anything else. But I'm learning a lot from this. It's been fun. So yeah, check back soon, guys, and I will have more for you. Thanks. What is up, everybody? So I'm just checking back in. This is the second demo of the project that I've been working on. So recently, most of what I've been doing has actually just been teaching myself the ins and outs of this program. I'm working on getting it pretty bug-free so that when I actually do want to start making this game, it's not going to be a total pain in the ass. So if I go ahead and play what we have so far. So I've added basic character movement. I didn't make this model. It's just a little monkey head. It's a placeholder, just playing around for now. So you have direction. It adds a force in 3 dimensions. You can jump. And you can also shoot little balls still. And it's kind of useless at this point, but just showing that the physics are actually still working. And then I got the camera working a lot better as well, so that if you zoom to the camera and you play, the camera will actually rotate with the character, and it's a little bit weirdly tilted right now, and that's because of the shape of this particular model. Again, that's just a placeholder. It's going to be fixed. So the camera moves with the character. You can shoot a ball at the character. Oops, I don't know where the ball went, but you can jump. All the physics that we had before are still working. So it's kind of clunky controls at this point, but you can jump on this object and you'll slide off. See if you can use it as a ramp here. So yeah, the physics are down pretty cold. At this point it's really just about teaching myself everything I can, and hopefully soon we'll start getting a legitimate game engine going. So check back in, and until then, I will see you later. What is up, everyone? This is the third demo of the project that I've been working on. So here I began work on turning it into an actual platformer. So I'll show you what we've got so far. You've got an improved engine. The ball still doesn't rotate, but we're still working on it. Yeah, so the physics are pretty solid. Over here I've gone ahead and made an example of an obstacle that could be implemented into a level. So it just kind of spews out balls continuously. And the balls are, of course, affected by physics, Not only do they move, but they push your character around. So if you want to get past the stream of them, oh, and I fell off. Sorry. My obstacles are too hard. So if you want to get past the stream of balls, then you can actually hit the target or whatever the goal of each level is. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. You know, if we wanted to, we could have some kind of maybe power up that makes it so that, give me 1 second here and I'll show you, the balls will spit out much, much faster. If we made this something like 3, so as you can see now it's like a constant stream. Or we could make it even crazier by making this something like 1, and then every frame balls are being shot out. So if you want to try playing like that, let's go ahead and run the game. So now when we get to that part with the turret, the balls are going to be kind of going crazy. You might even have to jump. So yeah, that's another potential obstacle. So yeah, the game's coming along nicely. The physics are being implemented slowly but surely, and we're working on it. Check back soon. Hey, what is up everybody? This is, I think, the 4th demo progress log of the project that I'm working on. And so, as you can see, it's come quite a long way. A lot of it's just aesthetic, but there's also been some engine improvement. There have also been some engine improvements since the last update, so I will show you guys what's up. So the first thing you'll notice when we run the game is that the background hasn't changed, but the platforms themselves have. So they're now partially transparent. It took a long time to get right, and you can rotate the camera freely, zoom in and out. So that's just some polishing aspects. It's not perfect yet, but it works pretty well. And the coolest part about this camera rotation is that when you press forward and backward on the arrow keys, they change what direction you move depending on how the camera is rotated. So again, it's the little things, but that took a lot of work. So I'll go ahead and try to beat this level for you guys, but no promises, it's kind of hard. So here I'll show you, I also added death, so when you get knocked off, the game automatically restarts. So you can jump over them, come on over here. This is another new feature I've tried implementing. Again, it's not perfect yet, but still being worked on. It's kind of like a zip line, so that when you jump, when you're touching this wall, you shoot up a lot higher than you normally would when you're jumping. So that's kind of cool. So then we come over here, slide down this ramp up, and I died. So here, let me try to get back up there real quick for you guys. Overshot it. 1 second. Can't even beat my own game. There we go. Okay, so this is just another version of the same turret that we had down there. This time there's 3 streams, but they shoot a lot slower. So when we jump, we're going to get knocked around a lot, and then maybe to finish each level you got to jump through a big green hoop. I don't know. Something along those lines. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. It's coming along really nicely. I really like this background, the outer space, but I'm afraid it will eventually have to go. I did not make it, and I don't know how I would find the person who did to credit him, because I just got it off Google Images. So eventually that's probably going to have to be replaced with something I make, but for now, it looks cool. Why not keep it? So yeah, until next time, keep checking back and we'll have more. Hey everybody, this is the 5th project, demo test log, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually getting a lot more excited about this game the more I work on it. So there have been a lot of engine improvements since the last progress log. It's not going to look too different at first, but you will be able to tell. So the first thing we notice is that when we move, the ball actually rotates realistically. And that took a lot of trial and error with various Python modules, and finally I found one that works pretty well. The lighting's still there, it looks nice. Not only does the character move, but you can interact with objects in the world. For instance, this ball that's much bigger and therefore much heavier also rotates realistically. So yeah, we can push it. You know, maybe that could be an aspect to the game. It's puzzle solving. You have to push balls in various places. So the next step of this video is going to be to show you guys a new feature I'm working on. It is not necessarily going to be in the final game. You know, I'm just fooling around seeing what this engine can do. So it's called grappling. When you jump up, you stick to these blocks. So I don't know if I like it or not. It did take a while to make. It was actually kind of a mistake that I discovered I could do it, but it makes for some pretty cool effects. Could be a pretty cool puzzle. You can still also jump on top of the blocks, of course. Wouldn't change that. But yeah, I figure why not? Why not show you guys the grappling aspect? So the next thing I'm going to show you is how all these balls can work together, and the game can actually support a massive number of them at a time. Even though they're all rotating realistically, they're all running on the same physics engine. You can interact with every one of them, change any of their paths. You can knock them around, you get knocked around by them. The physics are finally at the point where I can say they're perfect. Well, not perfect, but better than they have been ever before. Probably almost as good as they're going to get, because I spent a lot of time on that. So yeah. Which brings us back to our third room. And if you remember, this is where we were before. Only this time, we've got that rolling ball. So to show you what that ball is like, we're going to roll up this hill. Oh, and we fell off. Oops. We roll up the hill, and then gravity and friction make it roll down the hill. So it's just an example of what this engine can do. So we jump over the balls. I have actually made this zipline feature a lot better. It's a lot smoother, way fewer glitches. I know you can't tell, but it was very buggy before. Then we come over here, same concept, you know. There's the turrets again. Everything's still working as it was before, only difference is now you can rotate and you jump through the hoop. So that is what we've got so far, guys. The game is coming along really, really nicely. You know, I'm really happy with how it's going so far. Can finally start actually getting to the work instead of getting to the work of building some levels and making it into a fun game rather than just working on this engine, which frankly has been kind of frustrating. But now that we're good, you're going to start to see a lot more progress a lot faster. So, until then, check back.